Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved and most loved Raid, Shadow Legends Dad, NOOCH2GUD. And we're playing here today on my so this is the account I started the game with. It is, I've invested in this account a little bit, and then I decided to restart with a free-to-play account. But I've kept this account going over time and as I proceeded in the game. So I thought we'd come on and spend some time on this account today, and have a little fun doing that. Regardless, both accounts right now, I'm in this hoarding mode where I'm just saving up for the right opportunity and the right legendary to come along, and I've been doing that. And I really believe the more and more I look at it, that is absolutely the way to play this game. What's up, Robert Rich? We have a Masters member on board this morning.
Master, 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 the master, 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 master.
So anyway, we're continuing to play Raid, and I continue to really enjoy the game, and I'm look. So here's my account, 11,000 energy. I have a lot of energy saved. Maybe for end gamers they've got a lot more or something. I don't know. Hey, 100 days. All this energy I'm saved up here to also spend some heroes or champions down there. I am saving up for the right legendary event to come along, and then I'm gonna crush that thing. I'm gonna absolutely crush it and unlock my first legendary champion. That's what I'm saving up for in the game right now. And yeah, that's all we're talking about. And I'm doing that on two different accounts. And one thing I'm learning is that these in-between tournaments, these tournaments here, these events, if there's not a legendary that you're looking to unlock, just ignore them. Just absolutely ignore them. Move on with your life until you're in the end game. I think that's when you can really pay attention to those tournaments. Otherwise, just avoid them like the plague. They don't really make any sense for a new player. I've been playing for 4 months. I'm still a pretty new player. Did I not get her upgraded enough to do anything there? What's up, Micah? How you doing? So anywho, I'm loving the game. And here we are. We're moving forward. And the game continues to tempt me. The game continues to tempt me to do stuff. And we'll probably run across that here on today's stream. Summon 3, use 50 energy, upgrade. Sometimes this is sell artifacts, so I gotta be careful there. I usually just go in and do I have a speed? No, I don't have any speed boots there. I'll just go in and grab one of these that's got speed on it. That's a speed boot. We'll go ahead and upgrade that to 8. That'll do it for me. All right. Let's get that done. Again, like I'm not gonna do a lot of it's a weird setup. Like I'm gonna have to figure out long term, what do I cover in the in-between times, right? When we get that legendary champion that I'm going after, that'll be 3 weeks or a month of content for me where we're talking about, okay, going after, Melkazel, the flaming sword for the next 3 weeks, and here I am grinding this, grinding that. I got to this part of this tournament. We can really cover that hard. But when I'm not doing that, where am I spending my time with content? That's really going to be the challenge for me to find out and understand and learn. Hold on, I think I had to beat a no, I didn't look at it closely because I was talking. I talk too much. Win a campaign battle. Let's do our arena here a little bit. There's an easy one. Oh, I got some affinity, or that's the wrong that's the wrong team in there. That's the wrong team in there. Life comes at you fast sometimes, Micah. Sometimes you gotta stop and what's the quote? What's my Arbiter looking at this account? Not great. I haven't really made a specific effort for Arbiter on this account. I'm kind of just taking my time. I have a bandwidth problem, Micah. That's really where I am at this point of my gaming life. Is ooh, is that still going? Because I was out there. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm having a bandwidth problem where between making Galaxy of Heroes content and playing multiple games and running 2 accounts for Raid, and I'm still running my Marvel Strike Force account, it's where do I find the time to publish that content? Because, Galaxy of Heroes is where, and I gotta fix my arena team, hold on. Galaxy Heroes is where we make, you know, that's where we've got the reputation. You know, the funds are coming in. We're making the money. That's where we're living. But where's my bandwidth then for pursuing Arbiter on 2 of these, making sure I'm doing perfect on 2 raid accounts? And I'm still learning the game, you know? And same for Marvel Strike Force. Still, it's just a bandwidth issue. No, I did not get the Arbiter already. That I had big goals. I had big goals. And then you hit Tier 4 of the Arbiter and realize that you didn't upgrade the affinity what do we call them? The I don't know, affinity upgrades or whatever. And you didn't fight an arena enough, and then it hurts you. So no, I did not get the Arbiter unlocked yet. Far from it. I'm gonna lose this battle too. So we are working all accounts and getting a push forward. Hey Clanker, what's up? I did hear about the Spaceballs 2 announcement. Yeah, I'm skeptical. We'll see. I mean, Mel Brooks. I mean, saying he's past his prime is like saying that bananas smell like bananas. I mean, Mel Brooks is old. He's like 90 at this point. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I'm skeptical, but willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to give it a chance. We'll find out. Arbiter is a huge goal for the new account. I didn't realize how huge it was until I got deep into it, really. You know, one of the fun challenges in this game is really over time learning all of the champions and how they work and what they do. Because golly, there's what, 1,000 champions or something? Maybe more? And I'm gonna stand by. Use Demonslayer when you download the game. Don't use Monkey King. Tholin to me has been so much better than Wukong. So much better, like not even comparable. And maybe like people say Wukong is a great end game like Nuker. For me, he's just not really that exciting. He's just not. Tholin Foulbeard, super exciting. The Great Hall, yes, the Great Hall. So yeah, what I found out in my Arbiter missions is when you get to the final tier of the Arbiter, the first 3 tiers you can get done. When you get to that final tier, if you have not upgraded your Great Hall, you got some problems. You got some problems. You're going to be behind, and that's where I am. That's where I am. Yeah, Monkey King good for endgame is what everybody says, and guess where I am not? That's right, boys and girls. The endgame. I'm the exact opposite of the endgame. I'm the beginning game. I'm still a beginner at this game. I made a video yesterday about Galaxy Heroes, how even when I start a new account in Galaxy Heroes, I'm not a beginner. I'm just in the early game. I'm just a new account owner. In this game, I'm still a beginner, and I'm still learning how the game works. So, anyway, as we get through these challenges, you'll see here in a bit where I'm getting held up, and I'm getting some. So everybody, it's funny when everybody tells you in this game, go get this champ because they really work well in this part of the game. It's like, okay, how do I get that champ? You know, how do I get one champ? You just don't. It's a gacha game. So getting that one champ is really not within my realm of control. Alice is also better than Monkey King. Get Alice I like Alice better than Wukong as well for the early game. And we should not be killing Wukong to the very end, you guys. And that went well. Okay, I'll take that. Did I get 5? That's got to be 5, right? Yeah, I did 5 already. Alright, let's do our summoning. Do I have room to summon? Yep. So, in the answer to where am I with Arbiter on this account? Win 5 superior from stage 13 or the Spirit Keep, which isn't open right now. I need to pay attention to that and get it done. But I'm gonna get to... I could probably get through this. I should focus on getting tier 3 done here. But when I get to tier 4, my Great Hall still sucks. And... yeah. My Great Hall still sucks when I get to tier 4, so there you go. Did I do something here? Thank you. Nothing like more energy. You know what? One time I actually hit 9,999 energy exactly. And when I hit that and I saw it, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's the most energy I can get. So I spent a bunch at the time. Not that it really matters that much. We're going to go ahead and super raid this. Is blue magic? Yeah, right now we're just trying to get Kale to the best spot we can. I have also learned something really important here, and I'll show you in a second. Whoa, he was almost dead there. I don't need to do this level, actually. I can go, I just need to do 7 levels. What am I doing? Something else that I learned, and I think, and it was a mistake early on. In my champions, I got Goffred here, and he's got an AoE stun. And I just didn't understand that early on. Which one is it? Is it this? Attacks all enemies has a 75% chance of placing a stun debuff. And then eventually that turns into a 100% chance. I just didn't realize that he was as good as he is, and I didn't upgrade him, and I should have. So, but I'm going to hold off on all that stuff until we get to a legendary event where it makes sense for me to spend it. So, I'm just not upgrading anyone. I'm not doing any upgrades or as little as possible in between these. Oh, I got to do this. Sorry, I didn't do that. Thank you. Got some stuff to work on here. Good morning, Sensuna. How you doing? My millennial friend. Alfredo, how are you doing this morning? I appreciate all your comments there on the shorts feed. Yeah, accuracy magic, I've definitely been told multiple times to focus on that, and so I switched over to that on both accounts, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't pay attention to the Arbiter. Your mistake when you played Raid a while ago. I don't think it's I really don't think it's a bad idea all the way through tier 3. I think I will say this for myself. When I started the new account, when I started to pay attention to Arbiter on this account, and then when I started the new account and started you know, with the focus of getting Arbiter, which obviously is a you know, a lofty focus, a lofty goal. By playing through the Arbiter missions, I learned a lot about the game that I hadn't previously understood. So I do think that new players should come into the game and really dial in on those Arbiter missions. I'm not exaggerating when I say that I had a lot of stuff that I was not learning about the game by just going in and smashing buttons. I learned a lot of those things by doing the Arbiter missions. So, absolutely. Big bad bug. Well, you've been working hard and putting out content in the meantime, Sensuna. That's what, I mean, you're pushing through it. You're my friend. You're pushing through it. So you got the COVID? Is that what you're saying? I've either never had COVID or probably more likely I don't really get sick. When I get sick, what happens is, because for a long time, I would just say I don't get sick. And what I've learned is I probably do get sick, but I don't throw up and I don't get like big fevers and stuff. Generally, my joints ache and I get the runs, and that's how I get sick. But those are things that can happen during the normal course of events. So it's like, how do you eat some food that doesn't agree with you? you know. So it's hard to distinguish when I'm sick from when I just ate something that did not agree with me. So I don't really get the symptoms that go along with that. I was very concerned. I was very concerned about COVID when it first came out, because I'm an asthmatic, and I'm a legit, like, chronic, lifelong asthmatic. I've had multiple sinus surgeries because the sinuses in the lungs, those nerve endings all tie together. Constant. I mean, I take drugs it's been a lifelong thing for me. And so when COVID first came out, and, you know, it was like, well, here's this disease that's killing people, and it's a respiratory disease, I was very concerned and very, very careful. And when the inoculations, I'm really struggling with words lately. When the vaccines came out, which I think are more like inoculations, but I'm not an expert. When the vaccines came out, I did the first 2 shots. I got them done. And then you started to see that, yeah, COVID's bad, but without, like, multiple other factors and or being old, like, and I mean old, like, over 70, it's not as much of a threat to you even when you do catch it. And that's not saying it's not a threat, and I'm not saying it's not bad for a lot of people, but it becomes more like the flu. So I have not, to my knowledge, experienced a big uptick in my asthma. Anyway, yeah, you should take it light. If you're sick, you should always take it light. I mean, you should take it seriously. You should go light on your activities, what I mean. The surest way to ensure that you get really sick. COVID was a bad phase in your life? Well, you guys have been through it sounds like. Now, my wife is a puker. Every year, once or twice a year, she goes to town, boys and girls. My wife unleashes a hailstorm of vomit that sounds like the devil incarnate. I'm sure she's thrilled. She could be listening right. Every now and then she tunes in just to see what's going on. What comes after COVID is much worse? What do you mean, Jack? Talk about like the, what do they call that? Post-COVID or COVID, lingering COVID or whatever? I love fat girls. Yeah, yeah. I was talking earlier about Raid here and how I'm carrying 2 accounts in Raid. And it just becomes a bandwidth issue for me more than anything else. I should probably take 1 day a week and devote it and just make a Marvel Strike Force video and a Raid video on the same day, just one day. I should probably pick that day and just do that once a week. In fact, as I say it, I'll do that. I'll start doing that. I need to be more consistent with the Marvel Strike Force content and with the Raid content as well. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to pick 1 day a week where I just make a Marvel Strike Force video and a Raid video and put them out. So I'll work on that for you. I'll work on that for you. What do they call that? It's not lingering COVID. It's not. It's long COVID. Yep, that's it. Long COVID. And that's legit for some people. It really is. It's not like I don't know, there's still so much we don't understand about it, but that's gonna come over time. Do I have to exit? And I can't do that again? I'm gonna stay on the easy so we can help help the guild complete it. Oh, the political shenanigans. I will agree with you 100% there. We have not. Hey, Ms. Hyde, you've had COVID 3 times. Your first is bad. I've been neglecting Twitch here. You got it while you were pregnant. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. got the long COVID too? Those cheap viewer things should have blocked. Did that block? Okay. Oh, did I raid you, Ms. Hyde? I don't remember. You know, and I apologize for not remembering. That's on me. You know, I play a lot of Galaxy of Heroes, and when I can't find somebody streaming Galaxy Heroes, I'll find other people to raid. So what do you cover? Let me take a look at your channel here. Let's give a shout out. Go take a look at that channel. So it looks like you got a pretty new account there. Maybe I'll remember when I see the channel. Why can't I get to the channel here? What? Twitch is weird.
Very, very much for the support. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, okay, hang on. Okay, let's go to the channel. There we go. All right, so you've had streams about. What are these streams here? Or did I stream? Are you the person I rated on YouTube? I don't see any Twitch content. Are you the one that I rated on YouTube? Cleo, my mother got COVID, then got a stroke at the same time. I was the only person. Oh God. Well, yeah, I gotta take care of your mom. You know, I'll definitely say, my wife's uncle. This is not exactly related, but kind of. He had cancer, colon or prostate. I can't keep those straight. And just went through the ringer. You know, all the chemo, the colostomy bag, all the stuff. And he finally was declared cancer-free. It took him a couple years. I don't know. It took a long time. He was so positive throughout it all. Just you know, fought. He was in his mid-40s, for God's sake. And like within a couple weeks of being declared cancer-free, heart attack, hits his head on a coffee table. His wife doesn't find him till however much later, and he's just dead. And those sicknesses and illnesses, they just add up over time, and there's no way they don't. Oh, I get you. I agree with you, Sensuna. If you've got a family member, like I think diabetes and obesity are the two biggest indicators for COVID, and those kind of go along together sometimes. And I don't know your dad, so I'm not saying that's, but if you have a relative that is more susceptible, then you're going to be very careful if you get sick, and then you're going to be spending time with them. You don't want to be spending time with them, right? Like, my wife and I, our grandfathers are going to be 98 years old. Is that right? Wow. 98 years old next month, both of them. And within a week of each other. And if you're sick, you don't want to go around them, you know, because if they get sick, that might be it. It doesn't take much for a 98-year-old person to catch pneumonia and they're done, you know? So, you just got to be careful around those you love. And at the time, and I've told this story before, I know we're not talking about Ray Challenges, but that's fine. I like talking about stuff on this channel. We like talking life. So, when COVID was rising, early 2020, my one of my twins, what year was he in college? It was sophomore or junior year of college. No, 2020. Yeah, sophomore or junior year. I can't remember, one of the two. He was studying overseas in Madrid. So, and I was watching COVID, and as I told you, I was concerned about it because of my asthma, and we didn't know much, but we knew it was a respiratory illness. I don't know if it's a disease or not. Your father has cancer. Not seeking treatment. That reminds me of somebody I know right now. Which, I know someone in that situation right now, and I'm not going to talk about it because it's active and live, and I don't think that that's fair to them. I don't know how old your father is. The person that I know is in their early 50s. It came back a second time, and they just elected it's not worth the treatment because there's the results of the treatment are you might get an extra few months out of it, and it's like I'm not gonna. They made the decision not to torture themselves for. So yeah, you don't want to be around your dad. So his prognosis is fine. So like that's good. This person's is not. The person that I know is not. So I get you, Jack. I get you. So what was I talking? Oh, so when? Sorry, that distracted me a little bit. So it's not your fault. They expect he has 25 to 30 years. He's 64. Well, you know what? If you're 64 and you get 30 years out of it, that's you can't ask for much more than that, right? But still, I get you. He's got cancer. However potent it is or impotent, you know. So, and then we got Cleo with your mother that had a stroke. So when COVID was first coming around, early 2020, my son's in Madrid, Spain, studying overseas. We're so excited for him, and we had booked our tickets to go over there like mid to late March, like March 15th to the 20th, something like that. I don't remember exactly. And it's approaching, and the date's approaching, and I'm watching the news, and first COVID sweeps over Italy and is killing people in Italy, and they're holing up. And then it goes to Spain, where my son is, and I'm watching, and we're talking to him every day. We're like, how's it going over there? And he's like, we're doing fine. I'm still taking classes, yada, yada, and it gets to about mid-March, like the 16th or 17th of March, and I think we were slated to come there, like in a couple of days. And if I remember the course events right, we contacted and said, look, we can't come there. We can't. Well, there's no way we're coming to Madrid right now, because if we do, we could get stuck there. We could get stuck there, and I was concerned about catching COVID because of my asthma. So we're like, there's just no way we can come there. And like almost at the exact same moment. And that was the week I think that we went fully remote working in the States. At almost the exact same moment, my son's like, yeah, it's time for me to come home. Mid-semester. So we scrambled. We get him an airline ticket. And that evening, the president comes on TV and announces that they're shutting down travel from Europe to the United States. And we were like, wait a minute, what does that mean? Does that mean our son can't come home? You're good, Sensuna. You don't need to disclose anymore. And I don't want to, that's your dad, and but I appreciate that. I really do. We were like, well, wait a minute, is our son not allowed to fly home now because we already bought the ticket? So we did a little bit of more homework, and they announced the next day, okay, what the president meant was that non-American citizens are not allowed to travel back to the United States. And we're like, thank you. So what happened was we got the ticket for our son that day, and then that night the announcement was made, and the next day, everybody else, this is such a loud demon. The next day, all of the other students start getting their tickets back. And like every other American that's in Europe starts getting their tickets back. So we had actually got the tickets a day early. We were lucky. And we were like, okay, he's getting on his flight. He's texting us, I'm getting on the flight now. He lands then in Portugal, Lisbon, I think, and says, okay, I landed in Lisbon. We're like, let us know when you get on the flight to Miami. And we're not in Miami, we were in St. Louis. He's like, okay, we're waiting. He's like, oh, it's delayed or whatever. But he gets on the flight to Miami, and then we're sweating that out till he lands. I mean, stuff was so weird at the time. We were like, what happens if they divert the flight midair? They go back to... We had no idea. So we were sweating it until he landed in Miami. And then once he got to Miami, we're like, our worst case now is if he can't get if the flight to St. Louis somehow, you know, collapses or whatever, we could drive 20 hours to Miami. We'll deal with that. But then when we got home, the mandate at the time was he had to isolate. So, per St. Charles County, where we lived in St. Louis, my son was required to isolate for 2 weeks, and he had a letter, you know, an official letter from the mayor, the officer, whatever, you know, and he had to sign it and agree. So he goes in his bedroom in our house, and me being very concerned, I'm like, I don't want any contact with him. Because we knew nothing about COVID at the time. I'm like, I don't want to be in the same house as him because of my asthma. I wasn't willing. So I lived with my mother-in-law for like 2.5 weeks. And it went fine. And that is actually when I started doing streaming. And I don't think I'm very different. And I didn't start this. Well, this is my channel I've had forever and ever and ever. But I didn't start actually making content on this channel until like June of 2020. And I was covering Lego Star. I quit Galaxy Heroes. I was covering Lego Star Wars battles. Then I played a game called Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed, and I went back into Galaxy Heroes. So we've always played a lot of games on this channel. So. That's a good question. Is it hereditary? Yeah, it's all about you, Susan. That's what your dad needs to realize. It's all about you. I hear you, Micah. When they're old, you don't want to be sick around your grandparents when they're old. Hey, Shin. Nobody knows, Shin. Nobody knows. They didn't put a date in there. So, yeah, because it's all about you. Who cares about, you know? Okay, Dad. You got leukemia. It's slow acting. I'm happy about that. I want to keep you around. Dad, is it hereditary? Let's have a real conversation, Dad. Is it hereditary? Now, my dad suffered from clinical depression his whole life. When he was truly depressed. And fortunately, I was not, I didn't, that is hereditary. And I did not obtain that. That was not passed on to me. I was lucky about that. So, and the thing about like clinical depression is it's tough enough to deal with in every circumstance. And then if you layer on like the personality you're granted at birth, because your personality is based more on your genes than you think. I mean, just look at people. I have 4 kids, and my parents had 4 kids. All your kids are different. They're just all different. And you raise them in the same atmosphere. You work hard to treat them the same and give everybody the same, you know, opportunities and everything. And they all have different interests. They just have different personalities. Me and my siblings all have different personalities. My kids all have different. It just is. It's just a genetical thing. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. Why don't you have your revive there? Oh, Seeker's not dead. See, that's the thing that annoys me about Wukong is Ugo and Wukong don't go well together, but Ugo's the one I've taken to level 60, so I'm kind of stuck there. Like, Ugo's only reviving if the entire rest of the team is dead, but Wukong revives himself, so it just doesn't make sense. Alright, let's get back over here. Let's get back to that. What are we talking about? We're talking about COVID and getting sick and stuff. Crazy talk. Oh, I get it. It's a joke, but it's also real. Yeah, 100%. It's a joke to say, is this hereditary, but it's also absolutely real. Like, I'm sure your dad wants to let you know, is this hereditary or am I more exposed to it? Absolutely. There's a lot of heart disease in my family, men and women, both sides of the family. Like my grandfather, my dad, my mom's mom, my mom's grandmother. So there's a lot of heart disease in my family on all sides of it. So I do pay a little bit of attention to that. I wouldn't, because of my asthma, that's my primary focus in life to take care of, but I pay attention to my heart. Because that's hereditary, my friends. You can eat bad all day, and you can eat good all day, but if you got a hereditary bad heart, that thing's coming for you. If you have a lot of relatives that have died of heart attacks and strokes and anything else like that, you know, my dad had, what are it's dementia? It's, what's that called? It's, the dementia that's vascular dementia. Yeah, and that's heart related. When you have multiple relatives that have got that going on, watch your P's and Q's, boys and girls. Watch your P's and Q's, because it's coming for you at some point. There's a link to my Discord server in the video description. Here you go. There you go, Shin. Are you Shin Hati? Yeah, it's funny how my family's the opposite. I have no direct family members. I didn't say this out loud, but I have no direct family members that have died of cancer. I have one cousin who had cancer as a kid, and I think that my mom's aunt got cancer at one point. I don't know. But my grandparents, my parents, my siblings, my aunts and uncles that are blood related, my great-grandparents, I believe. I don't think any of them had cancer that I'm aware of. I'm sure maybe somebody did in there, but yeah, heart disease, we're all about that. We're all about the heart disease. Hey guys, download this game. There's the Raid Shadow Legends is sponsoring this channel. I need to make, I need to edit these. I always forget to do this. Raid Shadow Legends is our primary sponsor on the channel. Download the game to have fun and support our channel here. Because, you know what? It is good fun. It's a lot of grinding. It is definitely a gacha game, which is not what our Galaxy Heroes is, that we all, Galaxy Heroes is not a gacha game. It is a farming game. It's not a gacha. So, let me see what we got in here. The Doom Tower is fine. Okay, I don't have it right now. So, when I get the daily challenge of... What's up here? No. When I get the daily challenge of the Cursed City, it goes badly for me. He's not ready. Like, these characters cannot handle this level. I need to get my Tagor up and running at level 50. Tagor's in the... No. Okay. I should be putting Tagor in those battles. That's what I should be doing. And I am not doing well in Cursed. So every time Cursed City pops up for me as an advanced quest, I sacrifice my advanced daily quests. I can't do them. And that's holding me back, for sure. I haven't played Wordle today. Hold on. Let's do the Wordle. I play this with my sister and my brother and my niece. My brother's daughter. Ooh. Okay. This? Got it. 3 tries. 3 tries and done. Thank you. Thank you. Alley Gal, what's happening? You really like playing Raid, but you don't like that there's a limited number of multi-battles. Do you feel the same way? I have so much energy when I create a new account. Good God, am I still in round 1? These guys won't die? This is taking forever. Well, you get the multi energy from time to time as a reward. It's just a grindy game, Kilver. I mean, it's just a grindy game. I say it all the time when I'm asked about Raid. You will be grinding. This is a game that you are autoing most of it. And, I mean, look at what Tagwar is doing here at level 39. I need to get Tagwar up to level 50. Sorry about that. How can I target a dead character? Look at that, I can target the dead ones? Interesting. But this is a game that when I'm working, like for the man, which I do sometimes, I'm just like pushing buttons. Like instead of auto, I save my auto battles, Kilver. I save my auto battles for the right moment. I'm good, Alley Gal. How you doing? If we get this tier done, it's going to take a while, but I don't think we're going to get it done. Not good. Not good. Tagwar's going to revive everybody here in a second if he makes it. He's not going to make it. Yep. So when I get the cursed city as something I gotta do, I'm toast. I am absolute toast in this game right now. I do not have the juice to get through it. Marvel Strike Force is not nearly as grindy as Raid Shadow Legends. In fact, out of the games that I've tried and played and loaded up, Raid Shadow Legends, it takes the cake. Like, dominates the grindy. Dominates the grindy. Like, there's no Sims in this game. And that's it, and I'm done. So when... Well, what about normal? Oh, I could do normal, right? Can I do that? Ah, I should have been doing normal this whole time. I could do this. I shouldn't do it. I should wait till I have it as a requirement. But regardless, Cursed City is really eating my lunch right now on both of my accounts. So when it pops up as a requirement for my advanced quests, I'm eating it. I'm just eating it. Although I didn't notice I had normal loaded up here. But even on normal, my teams, I don't have the depth of teams to get through this thing. See, like, I get so many keys, but I'm going to hold off on that till it is a requirement for me. We can go to Faction Wars. That's always a requirement. That team is not going to be advancing through this part, so... Just go to the easier one here. Lurkin. That really is, it really, Curse City is rough, dude. I mean, we were talking about this yesterday, and Sensuna disagreed, but that's fine. Every mobile game, you can play it casually and not worry too much about it, or you can grind it. Those are your two options. Those are the two options of the mobile game. I have yet to see a mobile game made that is not all about the grind or the casual. There's not much in between. So, but Raid is kind of the grindiest of the grindies. Raid's pretty darn grindy. Can you save team steps? I haven't even looked because my roster is so limited that when I open up Curse City, I've only got like 4 characters that are even eligible. So I used to sign those characters. So yeah, it's not even that's not a concern for me at this point. Look at that big giant, that big thick sword or whatever. That guy's holding it on his shoulder. That's got to be digging into his shoulder. And plus it's really, really hot. That can't be good for your skin or your shoulder. How is that possible? But I will say this. When a legendary event comes around that I decide I'm going to go for, and it's likely to be pretty soon. I mean, because I've just got so many resources saved in this account, it's just time to do it. My roster is gonna jump forward by light years. It's going to be a huge roster improvement across the board for me when that happens. Across the board. Just got so tired of them. I hear you. Yeah, you said that yesterday, since that Balatro counts. I have not played Balatro on this channel. I know it was mobile game of the year last year. It's a Texas Hold'em game, right? Oh, if you are gonna if you want quality of life, as I mentioned, I don't know if I have to win one of these or not. Like I said, there's no simming in Raid Shadow Legends. You cannot jump into the game, press a sim button, and take care of a bunch of daily... You can't. You have to actually press the play button. Now, there is autoing, and I play almost everything on auto in the game. I play almost everything on auto in the game. But I'm definitely on a daily basis. To get my dailies done, I probably spend an hour a day. Whereas I think with Galaxy Heroes, Galaxy Heroes is a little different in that you get the bonus energy every 6 hours or whatever. And Marvel Strike Force has that bonus energy at different intervals as well. Raid doesn't have the bonus energy pop in. You just get energy throughout the day, and the energy refreshes faster. But I'm now, since I'm hoarding energy on my accounts, I'm not getting that benefit as much. Or at all, actually. So, what was I saying? So you can get if you do your basic dailies and your advanced daily quests every day, you're gonna spend about an hour playing Raid Shadow Legends. When you get into, at some point here, we will be getting after this game and going after a legendary, I'm going to be spending more than an hour on this game on a daily basis. Because there is no simming. There is autoing, but there's no simming. Meaning, you can't come into the game, press a sim button, and automatically 10 or 20 battles or whatever are complete. You have to actually press the auto button and play and let those battles play out like we're doing here right now. Well, if Balatro would send us a sponsorship, I'd play the game. I don't know if they do sponsorships or not. If Balatro ever sends me a sponsorship, I'm in. I'll try that game out and see what's going on. Come on, guys. You're getting dazed too much. Actually, she's doing all the work for me. She's my reviver healer, but I can't remember her name. Rector Draft did all the work there. See if we can get through this. I did play Marble Strap. Hey, welcome aboard, Squizgar. I did play Marble Snap when it came out. I actually, I've got 3 or 4 videos on the channel, maybe a stream or 2. I wore out pretty quickly on that one. It really... I'm trying to think of why. I think the idea of a card game... Well, that guy's making a bunch of money if he did it, Sinsuna. I think the idea of a Marble Snap card game where I'm not actually directing characters. I like controlling characters, and I like farming characters in a game. So I think that's where it didn't really appeal to me. Now, I do like a game like Dominion, but that's... I don't know, I just didn't really get... And I was just stalling out, like... I couldn't advance in the game after, like, a week or 2 of playing. Yeah, so I tried Marble Strike Force. It didn't really fit me. I think it's a good game, for sure. But it just didn't really sink in with me over time. Marble Snap. I'm still playing Marble Strike Force. Marble Snap just didn't sink in with me over time. Well, then what'll happen with Balatro is they'll do like the Angry Birds treatment. One guy made it. It's a great game. I haven't played it. Another year or 2, somebody will offer him a, $300 million for Balatro, and he'll sell it to him while staying on as a creative designer. And then they'll launch the Balatro plushies and Balatro 2 and Balatro Star Wars, and then they'll start doing sponsorships for it, and they'll just kill what the game is. Dominion versus Balatro, and they're both deck builders. Yeah, the thing I like about Dominion, if you're familiar with the game, I don't like magic. I know you do. I don't like magic because I don't like me sitting there with 60 cards in my unique deck and then nobody else knows what I have in the deck. I don't like that. What I like about Dominion is everyone's working from the same set of cards on the table. I like being on an even playing field. I like put me into an arena where you and I are on an even playing field. That's why we're in an arena, but where you and I are on an even playing field, and we gotta strategize to beat each other. I like that. I like that. Same rules, same cards, same everything. That's what I enjoy. Magic to me is not that. Magic is like, you got a bunch of cards you put together. I don't know what you got in your deck. You don't know what I got in my deck. And then you have to read stuff to me while we're sitting at a table. I'm constantly getting up and walking to the other side of the table to see what the other card's about. Maybe there's an electronic version. I know there's an electronic version of Magic. Maybe the electronic version is easier because you can see what the cards got going on. It's not my thing. You have 4 expansions for Dominion. My buddy Cosmo has a gazillion expansions for Dominion. I prefer playing it electronically. I prefer playing all games electronically. And you guys know that I just did my board game week with my friends. I just think I like the idea of getting together with my friends in person. But playing the games are just better electronically, because I guarantee you Even playing field means no crazy monetization for devs. Yeah, I know. I know. And that's why we can't have a fun Grand Arena. So, what was I saying? I guarantee that with my friends playing board games this last week, that we get together every year and do it, that without meaning to, all of us probably made mistakes in our gameplay, in our scoring, where we didn't follow the rules, where we scored something wrong, where we did something wrong. It's just gonna happen when you're playing a board game. Whereas if you play it electronically, it prevents you from doing that stuff. You can't do that stuff wrong. And I just like it better. I like it better. Ooh, we're not gonna make it through this. What's my favorite board game? It's probably Terraforming Mars, which I never get to play because my friends are all... Because Terraforming Mars is an absolute engine builder, and that's what I... Dominion, excluding Dominion. Dominion's my favorite game, yeah. Terraforming Mars is an absolute deck builder, and it's different every time. And there is the RNG of what cards you pull off the deck, but everybody's pulling from the same deck. I really love Terraforming Mars. I haven't played it in years because, well, one of my best friends plays it like on a daily basis online, and he never wants to play it. And nobody else wants to play it. I'm the only one. I'm getting out of this. This isn't going to happen. And if it does, it's going to take us like 15 minutes. So let's just go back up and do the previous level. So I like Terraforming Mars a lot. I just don't get to play it very often. What's the plan for today, Brian? We're playing Raid Shadow Legends. Download Raid Shadow Legends today. Support this channel. Support what we're doing here. The game loves you. You love the game. They're sponsoring the stream. We're playing Raid Shadow Legends right now, and then later we'll be on with Galaxy Heroes later today. Use the QR code and use the code DEMONSLAYER. You'll have lots of fun playing Raid Shadow Legends. A bluffing rule. Your favorite's gonna be Magic. Or something like that. Catan's a good game. I like games where the rules are clear. I like games where the winning, what do you call it? The win conditions are clear. And I like games where we're all on the same playing field. And I like building engines. I like building stuff. I mean, you guys can see I'm playing these games. I like building stuff. I like building rosters. I like that. I like grinding. That's pretty common for a lot of people since Catan kind of it was the beginning of the current board game, you know, epoch, I guess. And a lot of people played a lot of Catan over the years. And a lot of people are tired of it. You value social deducation? What's deducation? Deduction games. What does that mean? Like where you're trying to fool each other into thinking things? I hate that. Like where you're trying to figure out what your friend is thinking, and if you guess it and they hit a card somewhere that said what they're thinking, then I hate that crap. At different times during our gaming weeks, one of my friends bought an escape room game. Hated it. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. And then the game required you to go online and click a QR code to finish. It's like, what? This is stupid. I'm not a big escape. Escape rooms are fine, but it's more about being social with somebody. I don't like walking into a room and there's no rules. Like, okay, here's a room, get out of it. Like, what? What do you mean? Like, what are the rules? What are the win conditions? What am I doing here? I tried out, Among Us. Boring. Who cares? Who cares? I'm not gonna sit here and lie to people. Like, there's no rules in Among Us. It's a stupid game. I don't like that. You wouldn't like a game that had a card that basically said, even though you lose, you win. That's awful. Now, if you're playing a fun little card game, that could be fun. Like, what was the pirate game I was playing? What's that called? Skull King. Skull King was a fun game. Skull King is a fun game. We played that this week, and that's one where you really just screwing each other over, and that's the entire game. In person, that's a fun game. I don't know if I'd want to play it online. That's just a fun game for having fun together. I don't like co-op games. No, I'm out. I'm out. You forget a board game that has no win-lose to start, but the real game begins once a trigger happens, like the cursed item or something. The win-lose condition is based. No, I don't think I'd like that. I'll tell you a dead giveaway for me on board games. If I'm playing a board game and we get it out and set it up, and all of the player tokens are like these super detailed character models, like cowboys or samurai or something, or like orcs or whatever, I automatically know I'm out. I have yet to play a game with detailed character models that I enjoyed, because they all of them have like some mushy set of rules for winning and losing that require negotiating with other people and trading and buying this and selling that and fooling people and crap like that. And crap like they all have it. And I'm like, no. There's no speed on that. Do I have a... Where's my immortal set? Do I have a helmet with speed? I probably do. Maybe not. Wow. I have no helmets with speed? Seriously? I need to sell some of this immortal stuff. Well, that sucks. I mean, I'm better off with one of the legendary ones on her, but that's a level 12. I'm not going to mess around with it. No speed on any of those? Really? Am I just missing it? Nope. That sucks a lot. Sheesh. Yeah, Dead Ringer, a board game with like a disc that you place on there and it moves around, and on top of the disc is your samurai. Nah, it's gonna be a bad. I'm not gonna enjoy that. And you get into the rules, and you gotta move around a board, and you move around the board, and you roll a die to have a little combat, and then if the combat works, you can trade in one resource for another. If you negotiate with the other person effectively, it's get out of here. Get out of here, man. I want clear win conditions. I want to know what I gotta do. I want to build an engine. That's the game I like. Actually, wait a minute. Actually, did I miss any speed primaries? No. 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 Wait. That is speed primary. That is. That is. That is. Okay. Well, I can't, that sucks too. I got some bad gear on her. Nope. Bad gear. Like I said though, I'm not fixing it right now. We can put some. I'm not gonna go crazy on this. This is a piece of gear that'll go away eventually. Okay. I have a friend with I don't know if he has thousands, but he has hundreds of board games. I played Puerto Rico. I have a story about Puerto Rico, but I don't find Among Us fun in any situation. Yeah, sorry. I just it doesn't do it for me. I tried it. I literally played it on the channel and it just didn't do it. There's no double drops right now. All right. I played Puerto Rico years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was a game I would like, but at the time there was some drama that I'm not going to go into with one of my friends, and it took away from it. We actually spent like 30 minutes just doing the explanation for the game. That's another thing that I cannot stand, and we finally came up with a solution. So I'll tell you what I cannot stand about board game and board gaming with your friends. The explanation of how the game works that lasts like 30 minutes. For the love of God, I need a 5 to 10 minute explanation. Then we need to play a practice round, and then let's discard it all and start from scratch. So, after like 6 or 7 years of getting together every year for Board Gaming Week, we finally came to the conclusion together that yes, when we start to play a new game, we should have it taught briefly, and then once we know the basics, we're gonna play a practice round, and then we're gonna undo it all and then start from over. Because once you play around the table, if you explain it for 5 minutes, you play around the table once, you got a pretty good idea of the game. And I think the mistake we made for years was we would explain a game and then play the game entirely from front to back, which if you've got a game that takes 3 hours normally with 4 or 5 people, it's gonna take you like 5 or 6 hours the first time you play. But if you play that first round and put some time into that, it's so much better that way. Just one practice round, the game is so much better that way. So that's something we're going to initiate going forward is if it's a new game, we teach the game, we play a practice round, we clean it all up, and then we play the game. And I'm going to be having a lot more fun doing that. Because when you explain the game for 30 to 45 minutes, I tune out after about 5 to 10. And I start making jokes, and I turn into probably not a very good person. I'm cracking jokes about stuff. I'm trying to get laughs because I'm bored. I am bored. And I cannot, I'm going to start selling this stuff when I get it. Yeah, let's sell that. I need to start doing this more often. That's got speed. Okay. That's all I'll say. That's how we're going to handle games going forward, and it's a good thing. And you know what? Everybody agreed it was a good thing. Everyone agreed it was a good thing and a good idea. I wish I'd thought of it years ago. Ha ha ha. That's a Norm Macdonald joke. Track media stealing Norm Macdonald's jokes is the highlight of my day. And if you've never seen Norm Macdonald, chairman of the board, I think that's the most brilliant comedy moment I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Not close. I wish I could turn that dragon into a sheep. That'd be nice. I've got to get better legendaries in this account. It's really lacking. Soon, I promise. Soon we'll do it. Soon we will get together and we will start pushing for a legendary, and I will make all the content. It's gonna happen. I just gotta wait for that next legendary announcement. I plan to whale for 8. Well, this is my whale account right here. This is my whale account. I've been a little less active on this account since I started the free-to-play, although I've still been active. So, if I can do 7, do I have 7 more of these today? 1, 2, 3, nope, not quite. Let's go do our tag team here. We can do that. We'll leave that. I keep this one up here for 4 different affinities. So this right here is my whale account, which I am willing and able to whale in this, and I have whaled in this one. I also have my free-to-play account. So, and as I was mentioning earlier, it's just a matter of bandwidth for me, you know, covering both accounts consistently, and it's something I'm working on. So I'll work harder at it for you guys, I promise. Oh, look at that. Okay. I have a team with a single affinity in there? Let me take a look. I know I have the multi-affinity. All right, I did this on purpose. I got a full blue team, and I got all the different affinities in here on purpose. So that, yeah, good job me. Good job me. I don't remember Puerto Rico being about building an engine either. Maybe it was. I know it was about collecting resources like coal and cotton, I think. Oil, cotton, maybe. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played it. And usually games like that are about building engines, so. But I just don't remember it very well. I should have invested more in him with his AoE stun. I should have invested more in that. Let's try it out. I think we can do this. I didn't mean to put that team first, did I? Oops, I think I misnumbered these teams. Maybe. No, I think I misordered the teams. I didn't mean to have this team first. You started to count yesterday, your 10 H charge, you got Thor. Let me see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. I don't know anything about Thor. I'm still learning. Did you use our code, Brian? I hope. Gotta get Alice out or you're dead. Like I said, you gotta get Alice out or you're dead. She's gonna wreck. It's over. Nah, she destroys Wukong like nobody's business. I feel like I gotta fix the order of teams here. I'm gonna lose the next two. Yeah, this is gonna lose. I'll let it play out and get my... Durzo, what's happening? We salute our High Council, of which Aligal is also a member. All of our members deserve a salute from yours truly. For keeping our channel going. For funding the effort. For making sure we are always fighting. The grinding war. I don't like that. I gotta think of a better way to do that. Hold on, let me do that again. That was the absolute wrong order of operations there. Okay. I wanted this here. Actually, I wanted this here. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Now let's try it. No! Dude. Dude! This is gonna be annoying. We're not gonna do any damage against it. Oh, there we are. Never mind. That didn't do anything. Why can Kale hurt it, but nobody else can? And those poisons are gonna hurt. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna go see Freakier Friday today, guys, by the way. I really don't remember much about the first one. I remember having fun watching it with my... you know, we watch movies with our spouses, right? We have fun together. That's kind of our thing. Watching stuff together. You have a project of progressing with only rares used by Cobra. All right, appreciate that, Brian. How do you have a project already when you just started playing yesterday? Or if you played before? Got to Amazing Guild. Noise. Durzo, good job. Okay, yeah, we were just talking yesterday. It took me a minute to register that. So Durz and I were just talking yesterday, and yeah, so got it. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. So as soon as you wrap up Rote here in the next couple hours, great. Good for you, man. That's gonna help you a lot. Let me see if I can spend this stuff here. I mean, if you guys want to know how long it takes to grind your dailies, that's what I've been doing this entire time. So maybe it's more like a couple hours a day, depending on how far you take it. I mean, I could have stopped a while ago. Let's go check out the shops here. Chickens, I'm good. I already bought those. I already bought that. I gotta get this. Okay. All right, we're good. I got another fragment for Empress here. Doom Tower, let's go do it. I have not done well in the Doom Tower. Does this require? Forced, can I do this? Ooh, now that I've got Lemonisi, maybe I can. I hadn't tried with Lemonisi. Durzo, that's what I keep telling people. You can find a guild that'll take you without everything that they require, and they're gonna help you. You know, as long as you're dedicated and you get your tickets every day, guilds will put up with you for a little while. Absolutely. All your farm, Brian. You are a creative person. Brian has fun and does creative things in games. You can already tell that. I like that. I'm a big fan of that. I think you know, you can tell from my channel I'm a big fan. I like doing different farming things and trying different stuff out. I think I already know what our next free-to-play account's going to be next year. I might start it before May this time, though. We'll see. I think once we're done with Lord Vader, which will be in the next several months, I got a new account in mind. Everything's free to play. Well, that makes it even more fun. Cheeky devil. Excuse me. I need some reviving there, Rector. No. Need some revives. No, I've not rushed Leia. I mean, Leia's still fairly new to the game, you know, last couple years. Is that the Grinch? That is the Grinch. I just killed the Grinch. You spend 12 hours playing. What do you do for a living there, Brian? Hey, Nar, what's happening? Nar loves that short speed. Yeah, Durzo's crushing it. You worked past tense? QA, what do you look at the rockets and make sure they got all the, Oh, this is bad. Alright, I need her to get Lemonisi get a turn. I need to upgrade my Lemonisi, like, I need to get her to 6 stars pronto. I'm just kind of waiting for the right event. Durzo started as a whale, and now it's like, after you do all the whaling and lightspeed bundles, you gotta get to work on farming them, you know? Gotta get to work on farming them. I think we're gonna do this. So that'll be a Doom Tower advancement for us. The Doom Tower's alright. Cursed City kind of pones me. All right, what do I get out of that? Hey, hello there, Helmut. Hello, Helmut. I don't think I can get through this. Oh, I can go to here? I did get through that. Is this the right team? I feel like I should have Rector Drath in charge. Try it. You play for about 4 hours a day. You can afford to working from home. So I mean, Raid is pretty easy to play while you're working a job, because everything is auto, right? You can click a button to auto, work for 10 minutes, come back, click another button to auto. work for 10 minutes, come back. You know, that's very easy to do. Very easy. Or if you're on a break or in between something, click a button auto. If you got enough, you know, multi-battles saved up, you can do that. Raid is pretty... Like, with Galaxy Heroes and Marvel Strike Force, you kind of... I think you're better off, like, dedicating the 15 to 20 minutes you spend each time you log into it to do it. You like how the corpses stick around? Well, that's pretty morbid there, Nar. Pretty morbid. Still working QA for all the software going to engineering. Okay. All right, let's keep climbing. Maybe I've been neglecting this. Well, I think you can do pay to play. I don't think I would ever play Raid, and maybe, I don't know, who knows. I think the difficult part of playing Raid is if you're going to do every single legendary event, that's going to be digging into your wallet pretty substantially. But you can have plenty of fun not playing every single legendary event. That's what I'm doing. Arena takes a lot of time. But what is hard? See, here's my thing. Here's how I feel about it. I've been thinking about making a video about this with mobile games. Like, every mobile game can be a grind or play it casual. Every mobile game has built-in mechanics to get your money. If you have discipline, you can play them all free, or most of them. But are they really hard? Or is it just where you set your goals and what you're trying to accomplish? And are they predatory, or can you just need to have some discipline? Now, they can be a little predatory in the right situation. But you can play any game free to play, and you can grind it, and you can have fun, set yourself goals. Like on my free-to-play Raid account, my goal is just hoard, wait for the right legendary event, and go all in on it. And I think I'll probably be able to do that 3 or 4 times a year, go all in on a legendary event on my free-to-play account. I think I'll have enough resources to do that. It'll be challenging. Now those are giant leprechaun orcs or something. But I really do like the gameplay that you can't sim stuff. I think that's good. Autoing works plenty well. You can't sim stuff. It's yeah, that's it. That's what I'm gonna say. You're an end game free to play, definitely more time needed, but so rewarding. So let me ask you this, Squizgar. In the end game free to play, I know that in Galaxy of Heroes, for people that have been playing the game from the very beginning, and they're free to play, there are some of those left that they're still able to keep up with stuff because they've got their account built up to a point that they've got enough crystal income and all the other stuff that, like, their account is getting enough rewards that they can play it in the end game free to play because they've been around since the beginning. Now, if you start today and play free to play, it's going to be a long time before you ever catch up to the end game, if ever. But is that true in Raid, where if you built the account for years, that keeping up with the end game content free to play becomes easier? Every legendary event is doable without money, given they are usually once a month. Not easy, but doable. Sometimes they put them too close together, but that's rare. I love free-to-play games. I agree. I love free-to-play games, too. If you guys watch this channel and you don't think I'm a huge proponent of playing games free-to-play, I think you're missing something. And I'm not accusing anybody. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. I'm just, look at the boobs on those girls. They were like full-on no-nipple boobs. Those weren't like, that was not a bustier. That was just like, here they are. They're just missing the final piece that gets you banned. Weird. That was weird. They had some weird costumes in this game. But that's all games, right? I will tell you guys, for you guys that follow me on Galaxy Heroes, which I think is probably most or all of you, the reason I did the pay-to-play account, the reason I launched my main account, which is pay-to-play, pay-to-win, whatever you want to call it, I just don't think there's winning. I don't think you win mobile games. I think you just play them. The reason I did that was for experimentation. I really wanted to see how long it took to build an account to end game, what it looked like. At the beginning, I launched it just making sure I was spending enough to keep my energy crystals, had enough crystals to keep my energy up to date. And, you know, I was spending 50, maybe $50 a month, something like that. And then for the second year of existence of that account, we spent $100 a week because I wanted to see what happened when I did that. And then we took a break from spending, and now I'm kind of back into it again because we got to get the Galactic Legend. So for me, that account is an experiment, while also, and I also realized as a content creator, I needed to have an end game account. I had to have it. The free-to-play stuff is great, and launching a new free-to-play account, you know, every year is a lot of fun, and it's like my most fun thing to do. But you've got to have that end game account to really be a legitimate content creator for a game. And so that's another reason, that's the reason I built my main account the way I did. There you go, Brian. But I think as a content creator, having both the new / free-to-play accounts and the end game / pay-to-play accounts, it helps you cover the game in full, top to bottom. And you're investing back into yourself, right? I'm investing money back into my account and my channel. So there you go. Sandy Claus over there. Endgame PvP is definitely achievable, especially if you have certain champs. High-end PvP is another story, though. A bit of an exception because I'm one of the few free-to-play players that prefer PvP. I like PvP. The PvP in this game is... again, guys, it's just a bandwidth issue for me. There will come a day... and... trust me, I work at it every day. There will come a day when I am only doing YouTube. And when that day comes, my bandwidth for playing different games, PvP, PvE, whatever, will grow leaps and bounds for covering, you know, in addition to Galaxy Heroes, for covering Raid, for covering Marvel Strike Force, for covering any new game. I will have so much more bandwidth when that happens, but it's just not here yet. Anyway, I digress. Oh, that's nice. 4-star chicken. I like that. I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the support. What do the different colors mean around their level number? That's their affinity, so I think. Yeah, blue, 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 green. Yeah, that's their affinity. So you got blue, green, red, and purple. And I don't know all the names. Blue is magic. Green is like earth. I don't remember. Red is like demon stuff. And then purple is void. I can't get all the names. I know. I'm sorry, guys. And they perform differently. Like, blue beats green. Well, blue does more damage against green, which does more damage against red, which does more damage against blue. I'll show you the triangle here in a minute when we do our next... we'll do an arena battle, and I'll show it to you. And then void is equal against all of them. All right. I still got a key left. That's a lot of brews right there. All right, let's try this out. That's all of our 60s. Well, that was pretty easy. Wait a minute. I thought I was going into the, here, okay. Let's try this out. This team's... I thought I was kind of stuck on Doom Tower, but I guess I'm not. Maybe... I might be hurting myself here because I'm not realizing where I'm... Yeah, this looks like it's going to go down, too. I wish all games had a skip tutorial button. I really wish all games had a skip tutorial button. Galaxy Heroes, the tutorial is brutal. And it just keeps like reloading you and taking... Well. Yeah, I've been underplaying this on this account. That's my fault. I don't know why, but I have been. You'd love for Galaxy to make the game server side, that way no cheaters be able to cheat. What? I don't know what that means. To make the game server side, that way no cheaters will be able to cheat. Like raid. I don't know what you're saying, Brian. To make the game server side, is that a... I don't know what that means. Do they have legendary events in this game that are just shard pulls? Like they give you a better chance to pull them from shards? Or are all legendary events like, not fusions, but, what's the right word? Shards and stuff. Galaxy, if the fights are local, then sent to the result of the servers, and raid the fights are from the server. So that's the difference between a live PvP and a set your defense and fight the other person's defense PvP, right? So once you download it locally, you can play games with it and do stuff with it. I understand what you're saying. I get it. I'll be honest. Cheating happens in Galaxy Heroes. It doesn't seem all that common. I don't understand cheating in any game like this. Like, what's the real benefit? It's a game. In any game, the journey is the reward. There's just no point, and I don't understand people cheating at games. I really don't. Like, on a level, I understand cheating on tests in school. I never did it, and I think it's stupid, but I understand it. I don't understand cheating in a game. I just really don't. Like, where's the fun in that? Why would that be fun? Whatever. I guess it's a personality type that I'm just not involved with, so fine by me. Yeah, the whole fun of the game is playing it and competing. If you're that bad at losing, then do something else, man. Go run for president and whine about losing all the time. You guaranteed events for certain champs every now and then. These champs are so guaranteed events. Well, we just had that for Lemonisi, right? Right. Okay. Brian's with me there. NOOCH2 president? Pass. I got too many skeletons in my closet. Too many skeletons in my closet. Lemony was a login event. We're doing another one soon. Why are we doing another one soon? Guaranteed champs are usually resource intensive, either crapload of shards or soul stones. So guaranteed is not, and login are not necessarily the same thing. Guaranteed champs are usually resource intensive, either a crapload of shards or soul stones. Like, what do you mean? With a guaranteed event, like you can just build up a certain number of points over the course of 3 weeks or whatever by pulling enough stones, enough shards that get you the points, and then you get... I don't know, I don't understand that necessarily. Or are you just taking your chances? Like, do they do legendary events where you're just pulling shards and you have to just get the champion pulled at some point and get lucky to get the champion? That's what I'm curious about. All right. Win one live arena battle. Let's go check it out. Live arena is not active. What's our other option there? I want to get all these done while we're here together. Clear stage 15 of Sand Devils and Necropolis. I can't do that. Nope, I'm out. We can do a little more work here, though. Why is this my team? What a weird team. Let's see if this works. Sand Devil seems to ramp up really quickly. Like, one tier you're crushing it, and the next tier just completely wipes you. Like that. Hey, Relampago Black, how you doing? Hey, Mini Claps, how you doing? What's the best stage to farm greater arcane potions? The final stage is the best one. It's got to get there. One final time here, we're going to be heading off here shortly. If you have yet to download Raid Shadow Legends, use our code. Use the QR code you see on the screen. Get that game today. Use the code in-game. DEMONSLAYER. Use the code DEMONSLAYER in-game, and you will get yourself a Tholin Foulbeard. And Tholin Foulbeard, let me tell you, is gross and disgusting in the best way possible. Use my code on screen, the QR code you see on screen, or in chat right now. Download the game. Bring happiness to your family. Expect cookies on your doorstep tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. You'll have cookies on your doorstep from your neighbors if you use our code and or our link to download a Raid Shadow Legends today. Then use the code DEMONSLAYER to get Tholin Foulbeard on your roster immediately. He is awesome. He is super sexy. He is great. And then you work your way through the Arbiter missions to learn how the game works. We get free 7-day login events, usually some collabs. We had champs like Ronda Rousey, etc. Guaranteed champs is usually you need to use resources. There's a summon event, which increases your chances. Yeah, okay. But that summon event is random. You could get it on the first pull, or you might have to pull it 1,000 times, right? Ooh, we're not going to make it here. Maybe. We're not going to be able to go to tier 15, though. I'll tell you that much. Increase chance to pull a certain chance, but the champ pool is so... Right, that's kind of what my thought process is. Right. Like, getting a guaranteed champ, well, they'll say, like, oh, you can increase your chances of getting this champion, whatever. Whoever it is, I don't know. Somebody said Thor earlier. So, we're going to increase your chances of getting Thor, and maybe double your chances to get a legendary. But with 1,000 champs in the game, your chances are still almost nothing. And so, like you said, you got to invest truckloads of stuff in there to get that done. So, I'm not going to keep going with that. I think we're going to wrap us up for today, boys and girls. I'm even saving these. Oh, let me go do that, and then we'll head out of here. I'm saving all this for an event. See ya, Alley Gal. Well, I'm not leaving quite yet, but... Hang on, hang on. Yeah, well, we're gonna head out here. I'm gonna head out, so... I said it, and you guys are saying bye, so... But yeah, we'll be back later today with Galaxy Heroes, for sure. Everybody, hey, I do hope you have a great day. I will definitely talk to all of you very soon. And let's find somebody... we're not going to raid. We'll just... we'll leave it as is. So I'll see you later today. We will be streaming Galaxy Heroes this evening with some more Conquest and roster reviews this afternoon. Hang on a second. Let's see if this works. Kale and Wukong, you're going to have to get this done. All right, that's working. That works. Okay, good. Got that done. I'm gonna go get that some more of that done, guys. I will see you very soon. I gotta go watch Freaky Friday with the wife and my boy. Have a good day. Always remember, NOOCH2GUD.